Hello, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. As usual, for Bitcoin, every Saturday and weekend, we're going to see our deep analysis. And we're going to start with the cycles here for Bitcoin, where we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 1 or a wave A, an impulse finished. And we're looking for a correction after it, very deep one, as an ABC, wave B, or a wave 2. And we're looking, of course, something as a 4, an impulse again to continue toward the upside because we are looking for an impulse as another 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here to unfold in the next cycles for Bitcoin. And that means we are looking for a wave 2 currently, where we finished an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. For a wave 1, we're looking for 3 waves correction. This 3 waves correction is going to serve as a wave 2 here, or as a wave B. But of course, in case that we are in a something like a still corrective, but I doubt it so much. This is much higher probability to be a wave 2, especially that the all-time history shows already a finished impulse here, wave 1 or wave A. The deep correction that we got in this area, I'm saying deep correction, by the way, because this is a logarithmic chart. But if you realize that this on the linear chart, where you can see exactly this wave B or wave 2 is a very deep correction. And that means, of course, this impulse there is your wave 1 again as a 1, 2, and we're looking for wave 3, 4, and a 5 to continue toward the upside. And that's why we see here always our logarithmic chart, which it give us a much better visual, of course, for the waves and how we might interpret this for the next cycles. Now, in case we are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to unfold here, we're talking about $229, and also to reach exactly this high for the curve like we see every time with a Bitcoin here. We might hit definitely this curve in the top around the 200k and above. Potentially it can still break it maybe a little bit and then pushing down again for something as a wave 4. So we'll see what's going to happen. As you can see, this is the wave 2 targets, the 0.38 minimum target is a 0.38 Fibonacci 56k 600, meaning a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 wave 1. Wave 2 is still unfolding, very likely to be, for example, here a shallow bear market, meaning a sharp WX and a Y to hit this red zone and the minimum requirement pip time before we push in a very massive bull run. Now, in case we are in a deeper correction, we might finish this move here as a wave A, getting a wave B, and then pushing for a wave C to hit the perfect fib levels, normally for a wave 2, taken from the 1 to the 5 here as a wave 1, and then, of course, hitting the perfect fib levels and timing as well for a wave 2 before we start the bull run. We're talking here about like minimum time August 2026. This is a minimum requirement fib time, while the perfection would be exactly in between both, which is in April 2027, meaning in the second quarter of the next year. This is regarding the cycles for Bitcoins. This is what we are looking for. It is a 1, 2. Of course, we're not yet done with this bear market. It is a single move here. It can be an A, and potentially we're going to see here is if an A, B, and a C expanding flat, we're going to see this closer is unfolding for a wave B or an X and then pushing toward the downside, even very, very likely. So let's move inside the channeling first. For the channeling as well, it is very essential to watch always our price position like we do every day regarding this impulse and this correction. As you can see, the price exited the base channel for the bull run or the latest bull run as a signal large red flag here for a bear market starting inside this base channel where we were considering a double 1, 2 and a wave 3 to unfold toward the downside. Exactly this is what happened in this area. Rather than continuation downward, we saw, of course, a push toward the upside. And here where it comes the probability for the shallow bear market in higher probability because of exactly that point here where we start to push for something higher and we didn't yet finish this impulse toward the downside. It is not yet finished, guys, meaning internally we're still looking for lower, very likely to be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ending diagonal, for example, or it can be even something pushing for higher in a wave B here, A, B, and a C expanding flat, and then pushing down again. Can be a wave Y or even a wave C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Let's talk about this in much more detail in the new probabilities for this deep analysis for the shallow bear market. Now, of course, we saw a reaction. I'm gonna go in the daily here to understand much better the things. So basically, we saw a reaction from the market since Monday, right? We start to see some red candles there, so it has started to open several probabilities. Now, basically, we can still be in something impulsive toward the downside, meaning after having an A, B, and a C wave W, another three waves for a wave X, and we might be looking for another ABC here for a zigzag to finish a W, X, and a Y. Now, why I don't take this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, I mentioned this several times. You cannot consider an expanding flat here as a wave 3. This 1, 2, 3, 4 interferes with the zone 1, which is not allowed. It is not an impulse. A wave 3 is a must to be an impulse. In this case, this give us a potential two probabilities, whether you are in double 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 4 interfere, so this probability is out. The second probability is that this expanding diagonal is a wave C. When it is a wave C, meaning it's an ABC, it is a wave A, it is a wave B, and another impulse toward the downside, which I doubt it. It is a three waves, guys, meaning it's an ABC, W, X, and a wave Y for another W here. And we're looking for other three waves again. If you want to take it also as a zigzag, it's fine. Yes, you can do this. Like you can take this as a zigzag, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, expanding a flat here, and wave B short. And if you want to mention that this is an impulse as a wave C, that's fine. At the end, it is the same result. Whether it is a wave W or a wave A, it is the same result. It is a three waves corrective plus. Don't forget also the 1-to-1 Fibonacci level here is exactly and very, very precise there. Yeah, so we see the reaction at the 1-to-1, meaning definitely it is three waves corrective. Now, after this, when we have a three waves corrective, it is W auto wave A, meaning X auto wave B, sorry, this B, unfolding. Why is this B? Because since we are in the three waves, that means whether you are in a wave W or A, meaning A as a regular flat, it is not allowed to be in the three waves in zigzag, for example. A regular flat, when we call a regular flat, meaning your wave B has to float towards the 0.786 or the zero point 0.9 Fibonacci level, guys. So a wave B as a flat, normally, uh, sorry, as a wave B as a flat. So let me just put this. So normally it has to be around the 0.786, yeah, and the zero point 0.9 here. So I'm just gonna put the 0.9 there. There you go. So this is what I'm looking for a wave B at this area, okay? Um, or around it, yeah. So I need simply a wave B to be high, okay? If you think that 0.9 170K is very high, okay, that's fine. But even it has to be higher than this wave X. And that means if we are here in the three waves up, this is unfinished impulse yet. This looks like a three waves down yet, okay? Because internally here, we didn't finish an impulse yet. The wave 5 is unfinished. It has finished here as an expanding flat internally. And that means even like another expanding flat is unfolding here as a large wave 4, meaning 1, 2, 3, and then A, B, and a C wave 4, and then wave 5 toward the downside. Otherwise, you are still in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 still unfolding as a 5 waves ending diagonal, then pushing higher again, or we are in a large expanding flat here, meaning a three waves up, three waves down, and we're looking for a wave B here to be somehow high enough to call a three waves down, three waves up, and then five waves down again. So those are the probabilities. The highest one right now is, of course, going for the priority first. So I'm still testing. Be careful from the 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Before taking the high, we cannot really call an ABC there. Yeah, so expanding flat, by the way. So we still need higher prices yeah, to reach the expanding flat, meaning an A, B, and a C as a wave 4 here, as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And that can finish your whole wave A here as a W, X, and a potential wave Y unfolding. The wave Y is a wave A, B, and a C. All right. So this wave B there can be either here or there. So two probabilities for it. Guys, I try, of course, to make it very simple as much as possible because yes, it is a complicated structure here. But even there are a lot of probabilities there. Even if I want to mention all of them, that will be crazy. But those are the highest probabilities right now. So it is whether we continue toward the downside, zigzags as ending diagonal, we push higher, we finish a wave B for an A, B, and a C to finish the wave Y, or we simply push even much more higher directly to finish an A, B, and a C, wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, finished wave A again, wave B, and then wave C for a zigzag again. So the same scenario as a large W, X, and a Y is still playing, guys. Now, of course, the micro level will give us a lot of signals there, which scenario is going to be played. Like, is it the diagonal or is it the expanding flat there? Now, once we break this and we push for higher and we take the invalidation for wave 4, here is your green flag towards the 89K. And that means a large A, B, and a C might be unfolding in a large wave B here. And that means a 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and then, of course, another 5 waves down because this is the regular flat is back on the table right now. Okay, so the regular flat, meaning the 3 by 3 and by 5, is back on the table in case only that we push higher than an expanding flat, taking the invalidation and then hitting this area. I hope that I explained it well, guys. So those probabilities are going to walk with us for the next weeks, I would say, to see which one is going to unfold from them. Of course, once we get invalidation from for one of them, I'm gonna reduce it, and in that way, we're gonna know exactly where are we going, which one is the highest probability, especially when we start to take invalidation, for example. Also, when taking this high, meaning it's an expanding flat, this one will be out, and then pushing towards the downside is very likely. We need a reaction in the top, and so on. If we get a continuation signal of strength, invalidation, directly it's a large green flag, and that means we're talking about this area as a large wave B. So this is how we're gonna walk with it step by step, guys. I hope that this was a little bit. I know it's new probabilities for the first time. It might be a little bit complicated. Write me in the comments if I explain it well or not, guys. If there is something that I need to improve with the explanation, please don't hesitate to write it. And it is a pleasure always to explain it for you guys. So this is regarding the daily. Now, if we dive inside it on the 2 hours chart, so as we mentioned, our priority in scenarios and highest probabilities so far. So as bearish, we can still dive directly deeper in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, ending diagonal to finish this impulse as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, guys. Okay. Otherwise, we might continue for higher here by simply continuation toward the upside, and that means, of course, taking the total invalidation. It's not yet really total invalidation of this impulse, but not the large one, not the macro level, like invalidation of bearish for the micro level, guys. Okay, the invalidation of the large bearish is exactly at this level, guys, meaning we're pushing higher for an expanding flat, as we mentioned here, taken from those areas there. Sorry, this should be adjusted. I think, yes, this should be adjusted. This is an old target because I had this scenario since a long time before even start the push. Basically, we got a new low before we start the push, so this has to be adjusted. So 71K, 68K. Um, is there any larger even potential scenario here that it can be unfolding? Well, of course, above the 1.618. It can be, yes, it can be. Of course, we're talking here about the another 3 waves down, and we're looking for a large 3 waves up, and we might be looking for something also as a regular flat. Also, if you take a little bit back in the history, it can be even like this something unfolding together, like this can be 3 ways down, 3 ways up. In case that you have finished a wave Y there already, you might be in something very high. But I don't want to complicate you guys with a very far scenarios right now before the priorities, right? So that's why I don't want to make it more complex. So what is important for now is to watch this ending diagonal first, because it is priority and we gotta be careful. We finished an ABC expanding flat, and it can be here something, of course, as a 3 waves, definitely as a larger A, B, and a C. Those are the priority, guys. Okay, so we'll see which one is going to unfold for Bitcoin. On the 15-minute chart, we are looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here. Obviously, the wave 5 is extending. So we were looking here yesterday for this 1.618. Obviously, the signal of strength has been given, taking the high 1.618 broken. That means the wave 5 is still extending, guys, in a potential 1, 2 here, and then wave 3, wave 4, and a wave 5 to keep, of course, pushing for a little bit higher here. We're talking about a target for a wave 5 to reach the 0.618, our blue zone around the $63K $500. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Before you leave, make sure to join our private Discord community. There you will get daily updates faster than YouTube, plus exclusive bonus trading signals for the gold, silver, Bitcoin, and stocks. You can also request one special technical analysis every day and get access even to our only members video on YouTube and also on Discord. And stay ahead, of course, with economic and political news that actually moves the market. And of course, we do regular Q&A sessions, so you can get your questions answered directly in the Discord. And of course, if you're serious about leveling your trading, the Discord link is below in the description and in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.